Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Inside Mortgages. Today we're here at the head office in North London with Mark Edwards, the founder and principal of Mortgages and Insurance Solutions, Steve Guttridge, one of our senior brokers, and today we have a special guest, Austin from Zap Clothing. Hi Steve, we haven't seen you in a while. Where you been?
Yeah, I know. I've been living the dream. I've been in Mauritius. I went and got married to a beautiful Mauritian lady.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
Yeah. So I've been. Hence why I'm bringing in the bright colours. I'm bringing in the Mauritian vibe. But
all tanned.
Yeah. I honestly had the most amazing time. So, but obviously I missed my work colleagues and my work family. So it's nice to be back. And so
and you brought the sun with you.
I did. It's been lovely, hasn't it? The weather's been great. So you guys been well?
Yeah, we've been okay.
Yeah,
we've been very busy. Very busy. It's been good though. It's been good busy. I always say sometimes you've got the wrong type of busy, but it's been a good busy.
Yeah, nice.
And we've been enjoying it.
Cool.
We're missing you, obviously.
Yeah, well, I'm back now. So
happy to have you back.
Thanks, Lemmy. So what's the episode today then?
Today we have a special guest. We have Austin from Zap.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
How are you today?
I'm very well. Yourself?
Nervous?
Slight nerves.
Okay.
They will go, I'm sure.
Yes, they do. Okay, how about you tell us a little bit about Zap?
So Zap, it all started in 1980. My parents originate from Bethnal Green. They got brought up in a council estate, and basically one day they saved enough money to get their first property. But my dad, instead of getting the first property, opened up their first store in Borough Street. And that was Flutes, basically. That was the starting of the clothing business for them, from not getting their first property. Flutes was their first store in Borough High Street. And it was selling, the brands it was selling was not the brands of course to the level today. My granddad was a part of it as well. He was helping out. He was putting T-shirts in the window, and in the old school way, people were coming in and purchasing them. And it was quite...
What kind of T-shirts?
Do you know what? That's a little while ago. I can't remember that far back to that. But from that point, they moved to, in 1986, they moved to Mare Street, where you'll know, Mark.
Yeah. Because the funny thing is, I mean, it's pretty possible to tell you this. It's actually your 40th year anniversary.
40th year for Mare Street, correct, for Zap. Yeah, thank you.
Which is amazing. Well done. But I've actually been shopping with Zap since the early days in Mare Street.
Correct.
That's when I first met your dad.
Yeah.
We go back a long way.
Yeah.
You know, when I was quite young, but I started, I started finding my fashion sense.
Yeah.
And Zap was really important to us. We used to go to Zap.
Yeah.
And in the early days,
Did you used to buy a Machino? Was it Paul Smith?
Paul Smith,
Jeffrey West.
Machino.
Jeffrey West.
Yeah. Even earlier than that, the days in my, like, just as I was leaving school, going to college, it was like the Farrah, the Beachy, Green Line, all these labels that were the labels of the day.
Yeah.
Haven't heard of none of them.
Well, Machino and Paul Smith are the only brands really from that day which you can, relate to.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, apart from us, like, who brought up in council estates who had high tech.
And then, so they had that shop in Mare Street. So they went from Flutes, Borough Street to Mare Street. They were there for, a while, and they managed to finally move. So they moved to Woodford Green, which is very near Queen's Road. So
there was a shop in between.
I
knew the shop in Mare Street, Hackney.
That was Zap.
Yeah, correct. That was Zap. And then, you see, I shopped for a few years. I think you was probably about 10 years you were in Mare Street.
Yeah.
And then there was the move to, I thought, when I lost track of you guys when you closed the Mare Street store, and then I rediscovered you several years later. in Buckhurst Hill.
Yes.
So what I didn't know is there was a shop in between.
Yeah, so there was Mare Street, you're right in what you're saying.
Yeah.
And then my dad moved to Woodford Green and discovered Zap on Queen's Road. And he had both of them running at the same time.
Okay.
It was only until Mare Street turned into a bus-only route. And it basically killed his trade overnight because there was no parking. There was obviously no pedestrians like walking past, passing trade.
So it actually dropped the footfall, even though
he said overnight
they pedestrianised it and only allowed bus access.
And apparently overnight, my dad says, gone. That business, what he had, just went. Wow. But luckily enough, prior to that, Zap in Buckhurst Hill, where we are now, Queen's Road, was open and already moving forwards with better and newer brands. So actually, it didn't work out too bad. But I mean, if he'd never discovered Queen's Road where we are now, it could be a different story. Yeah. Completely.
Yeah. And the labels were different in the two.
Completely different. So when
he
got the shop in Queen's Road, it enabled him to get better brands. It was with these brands, you've got to have the correct environment, the correct brand mix, etc. And it allowed him to then start getting into a brand called Patrick Cox.
Yeah, shoes.
Shoes, correct. And then the Wannabes. Do you remember Wannabes?
They were also shoes, weren't they?
Loafers. My dad started selling, he started selling these Wannabe loafers in all different colours, all different fabrics, and basically that put the Zap on the map for that era. And everyone used to just flood in. This is from words from his mouth. Obviously, it was before my...
before the internet.
before me. And flood in and buy, you know. And then from that point, he managed to get Dries Van Noot. Do you know Dries Van Noot? Noten?
Oh, yes,
yes. And then that really, you know, set off the trend. And then from there, he got his first ever high-end luxury brand, which was still to this day, Dolce & Gabbana.
Oh, wow.
So we went through all this.
Dolce & Gabbana was the first one?
Dolce & Gabbana was, I think we've been in... we have been in Buckhurst Hill now for about 33 years. Mm-hmm. 33 years, and he's had it for 28 years of being in that one premises.
That's amazing.
That is like very historical brand for us. Yeah. And then once we got Dolce, it was full steam ahead. It went to Prada, Gucci, Dior, and then Zap then was like truly... you know, on the map, established, people knew it. But I mean, it all started from 1980, you know, when they didn't get their first property and decided to get that first clothing store in Borough High Street called Flutes.
That's amazing.
And that is where it stemmed from. And it just went on and on and on.
Yeah, so they, you know, that's quite an amazing story for like a couple. Young married couple deciding to
go in life.
Save their, you know, most people will actually get their first... residential, get their first home, you know, they're living on a council estate, but instead decide to invest in their future and actually open a business and start a business.
Because my dad prior, I mean, look, this was a long time ago, my dad prior to that was in the clothing field. He was working for people in clothing and he was doing...
manufacturing or
no,
retail?
He was doing like, just as like another store, like the buy-in for the store, the selling for the store, just as... And I think his mindset was, well, I can do this myself. I'm doing it anyway. And that's, I think, was the question of, let's not get this property and let's get this first store under our belt. And from there it was,
as I look back,
it was rolling.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it was. It is an amazing journey.
Great, the legacy, because it's
the
family.
Exactly.
And it's great that you know, it's very easy to not follow in that path, isn't it?
Yeah, correct. I mean, that's a whole nother story, how I got involved in it.
Which we'll come to. I mean, the thing that I think we shouldn't really sort of like underestimate is the fact that, you know, you mentioned all those labels, the Pradas, the Dolce & Gabbana, the Gucci, you know, Dior, Givenchy, you know, for most people in London, if they feel like, okay, they're going to try and pick up something from these high-end designers, they're going to go into central London, they're going to go to your Selfridges, your Harrods, your Harvey Nicks.
Yeah, your Bond Streets.
There isn't really any other menswear shop outside of central London, that's not a department store, that has all these brands under one roof.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think what the main reason why I've continued to shop with you guys over all these years is the personal service. It's the fact that you know, I mean, the great thing is it's just like a 20-minute drive for me to get to you guys, rather than the hassle of getting into central London, congestion charge and all of that. You can just rock up at the store. You get a warm welcome. You get a personal service. You get a lot of knowledge of what's going on, what's coming out, how the current trends are, and also you're building a relationship with someone that knows your taste, and what you're likely to like, and you know, and the thing what I love about Austin will always give you an honest and genuine opinion. Yeah. He'll say that's not really for you, Mark.
Yeah.
Take that off, Mark. He's not going to hold back. You know, he's not just looking for a sell. Yeah, he really, you know, understands what you're about, and you know, he's built up an understanding of over time of what's you. So it's beautiful. It's a nice.
It's genuine, you know,
service to have, and rather than to have to go to the central London, and it's impersonal.
Yeah, exactly. And where it is a family business, and it remains a family business, even of course, and still to this day, it's personal to us to make sure that the end client are happy, you know, and feel comfortable within there. Yeah. As if another home, you know. A lot of our customers treat it as when they come in, it's as their own. They've shopped with.
I'll tell you something. You know about the generations as well. I mean, a couple of things there, because obviously I was shopping before you was in Zap, before you was involved in the business. Yeah. So your dad Gary was I had a personal relationship with as well. And I remember, you know, just talking about people being honest and saying to you, no, that's not for you, or that is for you, or it was I remember. I used to be bigger, not in a bad way, but I used to train a lot more, and I was actually a couple sizes larger, and I always wore my suits roomy, and it was your dad, Gary, that said to me, you know what, Mark, go down a size.
And have it more fitted.
Yeah, and have it more fitted, and I never looked back. It's such a nice silhouette, and the look, and I could easily have continued in buying my sizes. I'm not going to say what size
of what you thought you
but I was always getting a particular size. And I just remember buying a suit on one occasion, and I was happy with it. And Gary said to me, Mark, you know what? Go down a size.
Yeah.
And the cut, and I thought, from that point, and I thought that's the difference of when someone can look at you and they know you and they just think...
You have that thought in your head still, don't you, of that moment?
Because he'd already closed the sale. He said, no, wait, try this.
Yeah.
So, just another example of that personal thing.
Yeah.
But I would like to know, you know, I think you was going to explain, how did you get involved in the business?
Got involved in the business in an unusual way, let's say. It wasn't as straightforward. I'm severely dyslexic, so academic for me was not a thing in school. I don't have nothing under my name, no exams, no nothing. I have nothing to my name at all. Wow. In fact, I didn't even really turn up for any of my exams, to be completely honest. And I remember I was doing some volunteering. And one of the guys at the place where I was doing some volunteering, because I was trying to sort my life out, I must have been 16 at the time, 17. And I was really close to him, and he pulled me aside and said, look, you need to go work for your dad. I mean, he's got all this sitting here. What are you doing? And obviously I was young, I was a bit naive, obviously. And I rang him up, not rang him up, I asked him and said, I want to come work for you. And his answer was no. After a while, he allowed me to come in, and that is how I come in. And we started off, and I was cleaning the shop. Yeah. You know, I was doing the dusting and the cleaning. Bottom. I was at the bottom, learning from the bottom. Yeah. The first thing, my first day, I remember on the second floor, what used to be the women's wear, which is now men's wear. Mark, he gave me
We're going to come back to that as well.
A pledge and a duster. That was my first day in the office. And that's where I started, you know.
Testing your character, Austin.
Well, yeah, my character was a lot different to now.
Let's see how long you can last. I'm going to give you all the
I think he was
jobs.
trying to push me out to see how quick I'd get pushed out. But yeah, so it wasn't like a walk-in or
make it easy for you.
Or anything. If anything, he told me no to start with, and then there was conversations after for me to actually allow to get into it.
But you took to it.
I took to it, yeah. There was it was a few years before I took to it, of course. And then I navigated just the buzz for clothing, the buzz for selling clothing, the buzz for people like Mark coming in and talking to them. And obviously I was watching people at the time who worked with my dad for 15 years doing it, and I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So from there, I started to get into selling. But to sell, you need product knowledge. So you need to know your product. So I had a lot of learning. And like I say, for someone who's dyslexic, that was hard. That weren't easy to start learning that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then I just built my way up over the years. I mean, I think I've been here now for 17 and a half, 18 years, I think, off the top of my head.
That's brilliant.
So, it was an unusual way of going in. It wasn't just that's your dad's business.
Yeah.
In you go. No, it was...
So you learned the business from the bottom up.
Bottom up, yeah. Bottom up.
Because you manage and run that store now, really.
Yeah. So my dad's still involved. We do the buying together. He's still heavily involved. But, my dad's 68 now.
Oh, wow, okay.
So he's near to 70. So obviously...
He's slowing down a bit.
We still go do the buying together, all the clothes.
We want to talk about those buying trips.
Yeah, every clothes is bought by us. So, still... But yeah, he's still involved, but not fully there all the time. He's got me there, so he needs to relax a bit more. He's done his work over the years,
That's fantastic.
But yeah.
So actually, tell us a bit about the buying trip. So, how do you decide on what lines you take? Season to season.
Yes.
And what brands?
Yeah. So look, brands is the critical, the main thing, because look, every location and every store has different clientele. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. What we sell here to what maybe somewhere sells in Manchester, Liverpool, is two completely different trend, clothing, etc. The thing, what obviously my dad taught me, is obviously knowing your clientele. That's the key. And over the years, you learn your clientele and you stick to that. So with the brands at the minute, it's very clean. No logos, all about materials, a very quality, exactly. Look, rewind 7 years, it was logo. The bigger the logo, the better it was. The bigger the Gucci sign, the bigger the Dolce sign, the better it was. It's the complete opposite now. It's the
understated.
Yeah, you've said it. Yeah. Completely changed.
Good taste.
Completely changed. And so it's knowing that. And then when you go to the buying appointments and you go to the brands in Milan and Paris and you see the new collection, what's coming out in 6-7 months, you know that item there will not sell and that item there will sell, because that's the trend at the minute. Because
when you say will sell, you mean to your client?
To our client.
So it may sell in the wider market, but it won't work for you.
Well, exactly that. Because obviously, if you imagine a showroom like the shop, Mark, but all of one brand, of all different styles and all different fits, of all different size, oversized, slim fit, regular fit, of all different T-shirts, you have to go through that and make a collection. Also, by representing the brand, because you have to represent the brand in your store, so the brand will look at your order and go like, yes, okay, that's representative. No, well, you're missing knitwear, you're missing this piece, you're missing, and you've got to rectify that, to give a good view of the brand. So yeah, it's all about knowing your client, and I'm guessing it is with everyone's business, really, isn't it? It's knowing your client, knowing what works, knowing what doesn't work.
It's your fact finding, isn't it?
Yes, exactly.
It's that initial conversation, isn't it? It's the conversation.
KYC, know your client, know your customer.
It is, but the problem is nowadays is things change so quickly. So the client's taste changes so quickly,
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess you've got problems of, in terms of holding stock. Is that something you...
There is a problem of that, but we just try to keep into the know of what is going on in the world and how, look, like Mark when comes in, we converse, we talk, we chat. Mark tells me what he likes or what he's bought recently somewhere else sometimes, you know, and we converse and we can relay, and that's all feedback for me.
Sure.
That's like your barometer to see what's going on.
Exactly, and we understand, you know, there's many articles out there of what's working and what's not, what brands are working at the minute and what's not. And, you know, it's only down to really the designs, let's say, of that. And, I mean, the stock side of things, it's not too bad on our part. We manage it. Yeah, we manage it well.
A lot of the brands that you stock, you know, are like the Bond Street brands. So they got all their flagship stores on Bond Street. So your stock, what you're stocking, what you're buying in Milan and Paris and then stocking in your store, is that going to be the same as what's in Bond Street, or are you going to have different stock to them?
You will see the same, but a lot of the time it will be different, because what you see in Bond Street or what you see in, other Selfridges, etc. like that, they're their own. So in Selfridges, they're the brand's own concession. So the brand own that part, you know, and they buy specially for themselves or what they want to represent. Same with Bond Street, it's their own brand. With us, again, we choose what we want 60-70% of the time, as long as we're representing the brand, you know, and they're happy, it's all good. So you will see some pieces the same, but you will see some very special pieces which are completely different, because the amount of time we have customers come in and go, I've not seen this before, you know, I've not seen this anywhere before. Where is this? Well, it's in the collection. It's just that we've chosen it and they haven't, or, you know. So
that's a really good reason for people to
100%.
always check out
100%
what you're doing, what Zap's doing, and whether it's online or in the store, you know.
As it's handpicked, you know, handpicked from us, so what we think is going to sell. Yeah.
It's bespoke.
Yeah, for sure.
It's excellent.
100% Mark, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I've always been coming back.
Yeah, of course.
Because sometimes, quite often, what you're stocking is not available elsewhere.
Well, yeah, we had the same thing recently with the Moncler jacket, didn't we? The fur one with the black.
Yes.
Do you remember the Teddy?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, Moncler is, you know, when we start talking about the actual designs themselves, I mean, there's so many things we can talk about. But I think Moncler is quite a label that I like, because it's very kind of everyday. It's like a utility thing almost. It's changeable. You can dress it up or dress it down.
Yeah, for sure.
What would you say is your favourite label?
Favourite label is for sure Moncler. I completely agree with you. I think it does so much throughout the year, in the sense of, you know, their t-shirts are really nice, their knitwear's really nice, then in the winter their jackets are like the best performing, I would say best performing jacket out there by far, you know. And for us, it's you know, it's a historical brand for us, probably 16 odd years we've been working with Moncler, so off the top of my head, but 100% Moncler. But then also you've got brands like Brunello Cucinelli, which at the minute, you know, Brunello Cucinelli has been around for a very long time, but at the minute it is really strong, really performing well, very similar to like your Laura Piana. We mentioned that earlier. Times, exactly. You've got brands like Loewe performing very well at the minute. That's doing well. So for me, I would say if I was going to choose one, I'd be with you with Moncler, but the other brands slowly following behind.
And how you've got lots of established high-end luxury designers.
Yeah.
There's for me, there's also this new wave of, you know, if we're talking finance, we call them challenger banks or challenger labels.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So you've got these new kind of more recent labels coming in, like the Casablancas, the Palm Angels, the Off-White, Amiri. What do you think of these labels and how do they compare?
Yeah, so I think people as well nowadays, and this is my opinion, they're very open to try new things as well regards to the newer labels coming through. And I think because of social media now, the publicity, new brands can, you know, they can take off very, very quickly, and then all of a sudden everyone knows it, everyone wants it, everyone's wearing it. But also I feel like from someone's got their own store and someone who is buying this stock, you have to be careful. You have to be careful that the brand doesn't just sort of shoot up very quickly, but then also people then don't want it very quickly. You have to be
That's a fact.
That is a fact, because the brands we deal with mainly, they're longevity brands, I like to call them. They're very stable. They're very strong brands, Italian, French brands. So you've got to be careful when these new brands come out, and like Casablanca's very good. We stock had a very good brand, and it isn't that momentum at all. But there are brands out there which we have actually fell into a couple of times where the hype is high, the hype is very good. You go, well, we need it, we get it. Then all of a sudden, it drops. It's not wanted. Yeah. So then you're in that though now already, so you're already buying next season's stock. You're already on the roller coaster. So you have to be careful. That would be a bit of advice, I would say, is when there is a brand, don't just do your work on it, make sure that it is worth the...
And what do you look for? Is it about the quality of the materials? Is it the designs? Or
do you know what it is? Sometimes it's not so much that maybe it's just sometimes looking at past history. I look at past history. So, if it's a brand which is very similar to another brand in the past which has done that momentum, maybe, you hold back. We've got a new brand coming in for us this season, Amiri. It's very, like you said, Mark, very strong, very popular. In fact, there's a massive article out at the minute that they're trying to, they're opening stores everywhere across the world. And they're basically going to put them on par. They're fighting to be on par with the big boys, your Dolce's, Gucci's, high-end luxury. There's articles everywhere all over the news. He's done amazing, this guy. And so that's something what you want to be involved in, because there's so much good, strong press around it. So that's something I would look for maybe, bit more longevity in that than just a hype thing. Yeah,
because it's funny, because there are some smaller labels, some lesser known brands that are also very good quality, good styles. I remember years ago I bought a Neil Barrett from you guys.
Neil Barrett.
I think they're a great label.
The fit and the quality was fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you don't see so much of them about. I think their West End store closed.
Yeah.
And I think they've moved mainly to online now.
Their jeans were fantastic. They were stretchy, really fitty, slim fit jeans. They were amazing.
Yeah.
But we did Neil Barrett, and it performed for a few seasons, and then it sort of fizzled out.
But I love the cut of their jackets, their blazers.
Yeah, they had the t-shirts with the lightning bolts, didn't they?
That's right.
Neil Barrett. They had all the lightning bolts.
Looks a little bit like the Givenchy
with the stars and everything.
Yeah,
Givenchy had the stars. I'll tell you, we used to sell loads of them. Yeah. The Givenchy with the star t-shirts. Round the neck, every colour. Yeah. We had queues. Well, more or less, we had queues for these t-shirts. They were brilliant. They were great.
That's for sure.
Yeah, they were really good.
What are some challenges of running the business, let's say?
Challenges? Nowadays, I would say there are a lot of challenges. I think the main thing, which maybe you can elaborate, I'm not sure later on, but maybe what I would say as an owner is try and keep positive about them and try and navigate your way out the challenges, because what have we had? We had the credit crunch, COVID.
Yeah.
We've got the war at the minute, the Iran war.
Yeah. All these things have a knock-on effect.
The UK's had Brexit, which is an effect on businesses again. Have I missed anything? Might have missed something.
Interest rates going up and down.
Interest rates, petrol prices at the pump. Yeah. It's all an effect. It's not a. It doesn't encourage people to exactly go out and spend money.
No, I think sometimes you as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, when you have these challenges, because nothing stays the same.
No,
you've got to be able to adapt. You've got to find another way. You've got to try and find the positive and the negative.
Yeah,
Great word. If you mentioned COVID there, that must have been a big impact on your business.
How was it?
You've invested so much in the store, but now you're closed. No one can come in. So I should imagine that's when the online became more important.
Yeah, so the online definitely come more important there. And I think also that really switched people's mind worldwide to be pushed to shop online. Whether that was a good thing for nowadays or a bad thing, I'm not too sure, because there's nothing better than someone walking through your door and having the conversation and speaking, and someone just clicking a button and shipping. There's no sort of relationship there at all.
Exactly.
You know, sometimes people ask me about your online and say, who are your clients? Well, I don't know. All we get is a name and an address. So I'm not sure if COVID was the great thing for pushing everyone online, because you lost that atmosphere, that personal touch as much. It pushed a lot of people to now even still spend online. But, you know, I suppose being an entrepreneur, being a businessman, you have to keep going. Yeah. And you can't stop at the first hurdle. If you try 10 things and 9 things fail, maybe the last one thing will make it work. That's nice. And if it don't, you've got to keep going. You have to keep going, especially in this day and age. Again, you know, there's so much negativity in the world. And you have to keep going, keep trying. Find a way. Exactly, Mark. You have to find a way. You know, because you look down the high streets, don't you? Whether it's a coffee shop, whether it's a clothes shop, it's they're closed.
But you know, I think it's testament to what your business is about and the strength of your brand, Zap, because you're in the brand business, but I think your own personal brand is just as important, because that's what people are buying into. Yeah, that's why we come to the store, because we want to see you. Yeah. We want to see what you're doing. That's what's really important.
What are some of your ambitions as the owner of Zap, in terms of what are some of the things? As you say, you're a very positive guy. You've done extremely well. You keep pushing forward.
I don't feel like it sometimes.
But the thing is, you know what? Success, and we get onto what your idea of success is, comes in lots of different forms and in different genres and different scenes and stuff like that in sport. And, you know, it's how you review it, it's how you move forward, it's how you take that information and always keep that positive mindset, which you have. So for you, you know, dream big, keep going. What are some of the things that you'd like to potentially achieve, or how you see your business growing or moving in what direction?
I think with me and my thoughts, probably stabilisation, I think, is a nice word for me, is where something's stable. Obviously, you know, you have a nice run of clients, which we do. We have great VIP clients like Mark, who shops with us for an astonishing amount of years. Really, I wouldn't be sitting here for a lot of reasons, but also wouldn't be sitting out for people like Mark, you know, who are not coming in after all these years. And for me, it's, you know, to try and just in this day and age is to keep things stable. Is not to try and live above your means, not to try and, you know, grow too quick, but also not to to smallen the business, just to keep something really nice and stable. Yeah. And I think if you do that in this day and age, you've achieved something personally, without just saying, well, we want to grow this and we want to take this on and do this and do that. Well, that's great, but I think sometimes just be a bit more level-headed and go, actually, being stable is good also, and you know, achieving a good turnover, a good profit at the end of the year, and that's, you know, for me, that I'm happy with that. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm not happy with that at all. You know, I hope that's answered your.
Yeah. And I can see you doing that. I can see that.
I have a question. Yeah. Why is it men only?
Okay. Well, good question. Good question. So we wasn't always men only. When my dad found the shop, it was a closed down shop, a closed down menswear shop. And the shop was just the downstairs. Mm-hmm. And my dad obviously took it over, made it what it was today. Over the years, it was doing really well. So what he did is he expanded. He built an upstairs to it, which came to women's wear. Mm-hmm. And my mum ran the women's wear. And it was for about 13 to 15 years that was open. So we had men's downstairs, women's wear upstairs. And there was actually a point, I must admit, where the women's wear was keeping the men's wear from going. Right. Women's wear was doing really well and the men's wear was not so well. There was that point, I remember them telling me. But overall, the menswear came back really strong, and the women's wear was not doing so well, and the men's were really shopping hard, really spending hard. So my dad obviously done the transformation of making it all menswear, and then obviously from then never looked back. But we did used to do women's wear. That's why it transferred back. But there was a point where, the women's wear kept the men's wear going. My mum's proud. My mum's proud saying to this day. I've got my mum's voice in my head saying that. We kept you going.
If it wasn't for the women's collection.
If it wasn't exactly.
If it wasn't for the women, men wouldn't have what they.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, as you say, it's true though.
It's true.
It played an important part in keeping you going. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think as well with women, they, say I'm wrong, please, but they like the day out, they like the experience. So the Harrods, the Selfridges, Harvey Nicks of the world is a great opportunity for them because they can go out with their friends, they can look around, they can have lunch. Yeah. Guys, they just want to go in and out as quick as possible.
Yeah,
just get their pieces,
it's a day trip
get
for
their
women.
outfits.
It's an experience.
Exactly, and I think that's a key point there, of why just men's it's
working.
They just want in and out as quick as possible, and women like the day trip, and too right too, too right too.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
nice,
fantastic.
There we go. They answered that question for you, didn't it? So,
Thank you for being here, Austin, and thank you all for watching. I think Austin has a little surprise for them.
For our subscribers?
Yeah, we have, So if you subscribe today to Mark's YouTube,
Inside Mortgage Podcast,
and show Zap love,
you'll get a 20% off discount code.
Fantastic.
Which will be on the screen somewhere here. But
So remember, subscribe, like, comment, and get your
share.
discount code.
Yeah.
And show Zap love.
Thank you for having me.
Definitely.
Great.
Thanks for coming, Austin. It's been amazing. Yeah. And wish you all the best and success. I'm sure it'll be
Another
great.
40 years.
Another 4 years.
Yeah, exactly. And we might find some women's wear in there. Right?
Yes, please.